Greetings, it is I, Dreadscape Gaming. How are all you Dread Knights doing today? On this, what day is it? Wednesday, December 10th, 2025. There's been a lot going on, that's why I was like, what day is it today? Actually, let me do myself a favor here, because I just noticed chat is behind me. So we're gonna move you somewhere suitable, chat, because I really don't want you doing that. I'm gonna adjust this on the fly. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry, chat, but you can't be blocking my horns. So there's, hopefully you guys can see that on your screen. If not, my apologies. So today we're going to be playing Trading Card Shop Simulator. I was kind of out of this addiction already. I hadn't played in quite a while, but I was watching Rand and the Orc play it, and I got the itch to play it again. So over the weekend was cold. I couldn't really go anywhere. I started grinding. So today we're going to be doing day 150 of Trading Card Shop Simulator, as well as beyond that. And the goal is hopefully by the end of this stream to get our card shop up to like level 100, because I think that's like the maximum stuff gets unlocked at that point. And the shop has changed dramatically since the last time I've played it, Dread Knights. And I'll just show off some of the stuff. We're at shop level 97 right now. Now, if the game is too loud or too low, please let me know. If I'm too loud or too low, definitely let me know as well. All those things, you know, help tremendously and make the stream go a little smoother. There's been a lot of updates since the last time I played. We're going to try to hopefully get a God Pack here. So I'm just going to show off the store real quick for everybody because it's changed quite a lot. So this is Shuffle and Draw. As you can see, it has expanded quite a bit. It actually goes very, 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 very far back. It didn't look like this the last time. On top of that, the update added stuff where you can customize the wall and stuff. On top of that, in the back area here, hey Mac, what's up? I have actually card pack openers. That's something that was recently introduced in the latest update, which makes pulling packs a lot easier, guys. Lot easier, because before it used to be you had to like hand rip the pack so much and it really ate up a whole bunch of your time. So this machine's like $20,000. These smaller ones, which are actually considered the medium-sized ones, these are like 4,000 a pop. On top of that, I also have another large one here because I'm trying to open as many packs as possible. Because really the moneymakers in this game, for those of you who don't know, is the fact that you have to sell card singles. So the better the card singles that you pull, like there's some that are $10,000. I think the biggest one I've ever pulled is like a $13,000 card. And I kind of regret that I never kept it because you can keep it with the card collection. So also, as you can see in the shop, I've changed it a bit. We have 4 workers now. So we have her, who basically stocks along with Mac over here, who doesn't really do his job so much or efficiently. I feel like I have to fire him at some point. We have our OG clerk here. We also have this guy who finally we were able to unlock, which he is like super cool, badass. He looks like Kevin Bacon a little bit, even though the hair's off. You know, he's so cool he has to wear shades just to prove that he's a rebel in my store. He works pretty good. I also have, as you can see, 3 counters. Everything has been expanded. We have all the packs unlocked. We have all the starter decks unlocked. We don't have all the mats unlocked yet because you have to spend a lot on the licenses. We have all the sleeves unlocked. It's been an operation, to say the very least, Dread Knights. We don't have all the figures unlocked. So, before we open up the store for today, I think it's very important that we collect the card collections and see. It looks like the only thing of value here might be the full artwork, but it probably goes for $150 if I recall correctly. Let's go here. This one's a bad pack pull too. That's bad. Let's go here. Is this a bad pack pull as well? And it's not the best, it's not the worst. There's a couple new cards in that. See, so I don't have to actually pull packs the old school way anymore. Oh, this one's got a lot of value. Maybe we'll have actually ghosters of some sort. Oh, full art. It looks like this is a pack here. Let me show you this row. This row right there looks like that kind of screwed up our ghost rare chances in that pack, so that's unfortunate. So the counter's going to reset for that. Let's look over. Oh, ghost rare! We got a ghost rare. See? Count on Dread to always get at least like 1 ghost rare to start the stream. I know the tactics way too well. That's going to probably go for a lot of money after I grade it. Let's keep going. Full art. So we did a good amount here. But this is not good enough for good old Dread. So what we're going to do is we're going to order some packs. We're going to spend some money to make a whole bunch of money, Dread Knights, because that's kind of important. So we're going to drop... Oop, not 3. We're going to drop 2 of these, right? I'm going to open them up automatically, because if you open them up, the air clerks will not, like, actually stock them. in the store, which is kind of important. It's a nice little nuance. We just passed through a stinky person. I don't like stinkies in my store. No stinky winkies. I can't have stinkers in my freaking card shop. I used to actually judge, for those of you who don't know, at card shops for Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG in particular, as well as I did play, and still do play, competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Although I'm taking a break from Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. This last Duelist Cup just, like, completely destroyed my soul because of how bad the ban list is for it, and in the best of one format. So, like, I got up. It's not like I was losing. Keep that in mind. I got all the way up to Duelist Cup level 14, but I'm, like, playing the game, and I'm thinking in my head, like, I'm not really enjoying myself. It's frustrating, and I'm going against, like, people who are just wailing in that game, because the thing about it is, like, what people might not know is, like, old school Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG video games, you used to just buy the video game. So it would be, like, World Championship 2009, World Championship 2010. I think the last one they made was World Championship 2012 or 13. Before then, they went over to Duelist Link Evolution, which technically is still part of Video Game Championship series. But when they switched it over to a gacha style, that being Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and things just kind of went the way of the wayside. Back when you used to do Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments for video games in the World Championship days, and I know because I was a qualifier of these things, I partook in them. It used to be the video game. So you bought the video game, which was like $40. It was a 3DS game back then. And really, that's it. You grinded in the game for the packs and the cards, and you didn't have to spend additional money. But unfortunately, we live in a day and age where everything is predatory microtransactions. And there are people who play gacha games and spend a ridiculous amount of money on gacha. And because they did that, good old Konami decided that they were going to make the newest Yu-Gi-Oh! Game be a basically gacha card game and say it's like, hey, it's Master Duel where you can play, you know, physical Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG in, you know, digital form. And was it good? No, it wasn't good because, you know what, it cost to make some of the more relevant decks, like Draco Tail, for example, which I was trying to pull during the Duelist Cup with the free currency, because I'm a free-to-play player. I spent in the upwards of, well, not actual money, but in-game currency. I spent 3,000 gems on top of an additional 1,800 gems that I had, where I bought the bundle for Draco Tail. I pulled 2 ultra rares from the Draco Tail set, and I didn't pull anything else. I pulled nothing but, like, Odeon cards that then I had to dust for, like, a paltry amount of UR. And I was, like, really frustrated because it's, like, it's gotten to the point, and I've kept up with Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel as a free-to-play player. You know what? I built Malice. I had to break up a whole bunch of fun decks to, like, dust the UR for Malice. Then I built Ryziel. Then Ryziel got hit with a whole bunch of bans. I had to dust stuff from that. Then I built the Ryziel Mitsurugi combo. And it's gotten to the point now, these machines are full, where, like, if I want to continue to keep up and make, like, engaging Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel content and be able to keep up competitively, like, I would either have to constantly destroy my deck and only be able to play one deck in the game, or I would have to spend, like, $200 on digital cards, which, you know, anybody who's kind of reasonable is not going to spend $200, $300, $400, whatever the amount is, on gacha. Especially, like, digital cards, when this card game is, like, tanking in regards to the player base numbers. So why would I do that? You know? So I'm there last night, thinking in my head, like, Dread, you're not having fun doing this. You're not pulling anything you want. You're not going to break up decks that you had fun with. Casual's an unmitigated disaster because it's just people smurfing on people. I'm guilty of doing that too. $78. Thank you, ma'am. Come again? So, you know, I was thinking about it. I'm like, well, why the hell am I putting myself through this? And I've always said that, like, when I'm not enjoying playing a video game, and you've seen it in the past year on stream even, I don't play it anymore, right? So I'm going to be taking a break from Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Well, what do you want, man? Get out of here. I'm not going to give you that. That's like a $2 card. I flip out, like, when I see $1,000 cards and stuff, but not that. Thank you, come again. The goal here is we also need to make a lot of money. A lot of money, because I want to do back shop upgrades, and I want to actually add some extra posters. Because something that you don't know is the more posters and decorations you put up in the store, more customers come in. More customers come in. So that's kind of a little cool nuance as well. Hello, sir. You bought a box. Cool. $237 we made there. See? Gotta make money to spend money, you know? But what I'm thinking about is, like, why am I playing this? You know? So it's gotten to the point, and it's like, if I'm gonna spend $200 on digital cards, I would spend $200 on actual physical TCG. And even then, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! As a TCG right now, and it pains me to say this, because I love the card game. I've played the card game since it very first came out. I played it when it was even OCG, before it was really out in, like, physical TCG version of it, where I had to look up, like, on the internet back then, actually, like, the translations on cards to make sure what they did and everything, and I had to look up rulings on, like, Japanese websites and stuff. And it pains me that we've gotten to this point, Dread Knights, where now it's just, I don't know what to say. It's just, I'm sad. Where is good old Yu-Gi-Oh gone, man? You know, it's just disappointing. Oops, gotta give him $8 change. He's probably gonna get mad and leave me a negative Yelp review. You know, so I think about this stuff constantly. It's like, well, if I'm not having fun, why the hell am I playing it? Doesn't make any sense to play it at that point. Hello, sir. What do you want? Ooh, big spender. 139. Oops, wrong one. $139. There you go. Thank you. Come again. I don't have everything rounded up too, because I just don't want to have to deal with. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's round these. Wow, $56. I've got to raise the price on those packs. What do you want, man? This is a fast track thing. Customer wants $16 card, is willing to give me a $21 card. Yeah, you can have it. I have like 64 copies of that. I don't care. At that point, what is it going to matter to me? Yeah, that's fine by me. Alright, we're definitely Walmart in here. We're Walmarting now. Oh god. This stream is not sponsored by Walmart, keep that in mind. However, Dread is willing to sell out if Walmart's gonna send me a whole bunch of video games and stuff, you know? I'm willing to shell out, just not for VTuber corporations. I've always said that. Alright. Perfect. $188, thank you. Come again. She bought one of the expensive star decks. What do you want? You have, like, good cards? Nope. Alright. Man the counters. I'll be back. I'm gonna check on the card supplies here because people have probably bought stuff, which they have. Great. Alright, so let's put this as price to see. Okay, because I probably have, like, $1,000 cards in here, which I do. Don't buy that just yet, because I gotta mark that up, because every day the things change a bit in the market value. Even though I have clerks who actually fix the prices here. Is that $2,000 card? No, $250. That's fine. Let's restock with stuff, so that way we can make some extra dough here. Card singles are very important. Alright, let's see. 120 here, that's good. 133. Nice. That's probably going to round up to $100, right? 108, so the price on that drop. Let's look at the Destiny cards, because they probably have like $1,000 cards in there too. Oh, I don't. Oh no, I'm sad. Well, we'll probably, when we get to the pack opener, because it says 6 hours on it, but it's not actually 6 hours of game time. That's a $400 card. Alright. Put that down. The price went up on that card too. Interesting. Let me see this one. How much? Full art went up on that one too. That's good to know. Every day the card prices fluctuate here. It's kind of like really, in a way, you know, even though it's the only really trading card shop like simulator on the market right now, it is very accurate to what a regular day at a card shop is, outside the fact that you also gotta like deal with taxes or stuff, and the fact that there's like the Cerebi bond. I've explained this on stream before, but like if you are trying to open up like a card shop, or you're trying to open up like a old school video game store that sells like retro video games, here in particularly in New York City where I live, you have to have something that's called the Cerebi bond. And the Cerebi bond is something where you have to pay money to the state of New York to be able to be allowed to sell certain things like used goods and stuff. You also have to have like a secondhand seller license, as it's called, to be able to sell stuff. So it's a lot of paperwork and nuances that people often overlook. I'm going to check the stock supply to see what we need and then restock it. I have the scanner unlocked, so it makes it a little bit easier because I can just go around. It's not marking up here. Okay, so we're going to go just so that they restock certain things, because we have a lot of money right now. See how these things are empty? That could be, I look around the store and then just constantly restock the supply. That way we can make some money too. Like that one's almost out, that one's almost out, that one's almost out, that one's almost out, that one's almost out. And then the stock, will just stock them. Yeah. Makes life so much easier. What do you want, sir? Okay, sir. Let's take care of you first, because you're actually spending money in my store. What do you want, sir? Let's see. Market price 33. It's not worth it. It's not gonna make me a whole bunch of money, Dread Knights. That's definitely not gonna earn a lot. Oh no. Well, he's gone. I could probably move around still in the store, because there's not, like, too much going on here. Alright, while we're at it. Let's just get that stock, too, while we're at it. Hello, sir. Ooh, big spender, big spender. A lot of mats. Why are you buying out all my mats? 400? I don't care. Well, if you're spending $400 in my store, $450? Yeah, sure. No problem. No problem at all. Okay, so you filled them there. I was kind of hoping you were going to put them somewhere else, bro, but not my pig, not my farm. Look, I'm putting them to work. They have to get to work, right? One card, that better be a $1,000 card. $84, that's still good enough for me. What do you want, sir? I'm the dust that actually deals with these card trades here. Customer wants, you're trying to lowball me. Get the hell out of here. What is wrong with you? Let's check these. These are actually filters so that hopefully... No, stinkies! Oh, man, I manifested that, bros. No stinkies in my store. No stinkies. Get out of here. What are you doing, bro? It's stinky. No, no stinkiness. No stinkiness. Get out of here. Why are you trying to stink up my store? Why are you trying to stink up my store? We don't allow stinky people. Whether you're a man, woman, or child, you're not allowed in the store stinking up the joint. Ooh, that's so gross. So gross, gross, gross. There's another stinky. I can't refill this. There's a person whose job is supposed to be refilling it as their secondary job, and they're blowing their job right now. I need another can of spray. I'm gonna have to order more spray. Where did the stinky go? Dude, you can't be stinky in here. You have to use deodorant and soap and wash, you know, in between your cheeks and stuff. Gross, man. Gross, gross, gross. It's so hard to get good hired help these days. This is why I pay the minimum wage, Dread Knights. Because, man, they don't do their job. There's somebody who's supposed to stock sprays and stuff, and they never do it. Let's order 2 of these. Oops. Did I put enough in there? Let's double check all these as well. I gotta put down the light because the store is... Okay. No, I gotta run back here. Well, that's okay, that's okay, that's okay. Shelf has space there. What are you telling me, game? You can't tell me. The card stock is gone, so we should probably refill it. Notice how chaotic it is in my store? It really is. It's like a pain in the rear end at this point. Alright, these are only 80R cards, so I'm going to switch to Tetramon because they still have like some 100. No, I don't have 100R cards. Alright, it's fine. These are just as good. $60, 50R cards add up, and that one went up in price. 59. I have the Ghost Rare one, but I have to grade it, because usually it's better to sell a graded card, especially if you can get, like, grade 10. Which rarely happens. Alright. 52. 58. Perfect. Let's go here. 55. That's nice. $61. To round up. I honestly don't have time to, so we're just gonna, like, put them here just to refill at the moment. This one. Man, the good thing is our cards sell out very fast. The problem is there's not like a dedicated worker that can just restock cards here. That's something I hope that they update in the future, because this game's still technically like early access. 2,600. Okay, that wasn't great. This is a good pack though. It has $6,000 worth of cards. $5,000 worth of cards. Full art there. I think that one's a pretty expensive full art. That one's a so-so pack. See? So it's like a lot easier now to open packs this way because I don't have to do it by like hand. Alright, let's refill the card supplies. They're just selling all out. Alright, let's go by price. Alright, let's stock with the full arts again. 292, that went down in value. This one card keeps going down in value too because I don't think it's viable. At some point they said that they were going to put like the actual card game that this is like in this game playable, which I think should be kind of interesting. I'm kind of down for it. There are some people who have been opposed to it. There's been some controversy with this game too because some people have claimed that they use like AI art for the card design. I don't know if that's entirely true, Dread Knights. I wish I could tell you, but I do not know. You know, for me, it's kind of unfortunate when they use it, but you know, it is what it is. This is a $2,900 card. Okay, good. That's why we're gonna get so much money. The Destiny pulls right now. Look at this. $24,000. That's why we're getting our store so up. We have to pay the bills though at the end of the month. Or actually, at the end of the day, it's usually better. Okay. 595. That's good. 655. Perfect. Alright, 318, 350, 351, 235. That's not bad. That's pretty good, I would say. What else do we got here? What else do we got? 257. 178. It went down. It actually fluctuated in price. Some of them have. And we're making bank, man. How much money are we making off of this? 190? 110. Some of these prices are a little bit better. 156 with this. 172. Some of these have gone up crazy over the day. That's the problem, though. We need a dedicated worker to work this, so I don't have to constantly do this. This is a little bit of the busy work. If you're just joining us, we're playing Trading Card Shop Simulator today. I'm on day 150. I'm basically turning into Walmart. Are you smacking me? How dare you smack me? You better not do that. This is my store. I'll throw you out of that store, sir. I will kick you out of my shop. I don't tolerate violence. Only violins are allowed in the store. Let's check over here. There's nobody manning the counters here? Okay, he actually went to restock the scent machines. He's doing his job. Kevin Bacon, good job, Kevin Bacon. You deserve a raise. You deserve a raise. You deserve a raise. I always see you working. Where's the other dude, though? Oh, okay, he's working now. It's fine. It's fine. Good job, Mindy. We're just gonna call her Mindy. I don't know what her name is. Hello, sir. Thank you for shopping at Shuffle and Draw today. Whoa, big spender. Big spender, big spender, big spender. Look at that, man. That is in business casual making a whole bunch of money. Wow, okay. Well, that's the end of the day for the shop. Let's close up. I don't want this stinky. You can't come in. We're closed. We're closed. We're closed. We're closed. Not for you. No stinkies here. No stinkies here. Alright, let's bring some of this stock in. Nobody's stocking? Nobody's stocking? Come on. I feel like I have to do everything in this shop, Dread Knights. Everything and all. Come on, man. These guys didn't stock this either? What's with you? I could do all your jobs faster than you. Why do I hire you? Oh. It's a good thing I pay the minimum wage, right? You know? Okay. What else is down here? What is this? Why didn't anybody stock this either? Because it's closing time, and the only one that decides to work past hours... You're not getting overtime, by the way, sir. Just so you know. It's Kevin Bacon. If you hear noise in the background, please find that. I live in Noisy City, New York City's time to time. You will hear emergency service providers pass through. We wish our emergency providers the very best on whatever emergency they're responding to, as well as wish the person who called in the emergency, hopefully, that they'll be safe and okay. You know, that's how Dread operates. Alright. Let's get 4 of these. Because we're going to put them into the card pack opener here. Because that's how we're pulling our $1,000 cards. That way, I used to open them by hand, but why when we have it automated right now, you know? I'm just following in the scumbag corporate, you know, I guess footsteps, you could say, of having, like, machinery do the actual work for me, as opposed to actually hiring somebody to open these packs. I'm literally turning into Walmart at this point in this game. You know? Shame on me. Shame on me. Shame on me. Shame on me. I wish you could actually upgrade the shop even larger than this. We can up, like, this back area. I'm using it as a stock room at this point. As well as, like, a place to open these card packs. Because it's just, like, the most efficient way of doing everything. We could also probably buy a card license, too, if we want to. Technically, it would be figure or comic book license at this point. Because I have all the packs opened up. He looked like he wanted to come inside. I mean, if you're going to spend thousands of dollars, I could have, like, Shuffle and Draw after hours, perhaps, Dread Knights, but you never know. You never know. Okay. Good. Perfect. Alright. Did they spend money? They did. Okay, before we buy the next packs, we should be a responsible shop owner and pay the bills. Pay them all. Lost a bit of profit there, but it's fine. We'll make it back. We're closed, sir. I'm sorry, we're closed. Come back tomorrow. Let's buy more cards that we need for the pack opener. It doesn't matter, because basically anytime we pull $1,000 cards, we make all this back. So the goal is to get the shop level 100. We're close to it, actually, right now. Very, very close. Okay. Put these in. Put these in. I wish we could put them in quicker, though. You know? I feel like we should be able to do 10 of these at a time. Insert this. It looks like an ATM machine, but it's really just a card pack opener. It's not actually going to take 6 hours for these to open. 6 hours is like 6 minutes, basically, for those who don't know. Oh, wrong machine. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. How is everybody, by the way, today? You having a cool time? Are you chill? Do you have dinner? I'm having Taco Bell for dinner tonight. I kind of was in the mood for Taco Bell. I'm kind of heartbroken because they got rid of the flaming Frank Hot's, like, beef burrito, which I was, like, loved. Because they had, like, the flaming hot rice that was pretty good. So, like, broke my heart that they got rid of that part of the menu. Because I really was enjoying it. I hope they put, like, some good, old, classic Taco Bell menu items. Like, I'd like to see the enchilada come back. I would love to see the chicken roll tacos. Sister Dread has even mentioned this before, that she would love to see the chicken roll tacos come back as well. Okay, let's start the next day. We're good. How much profit we made off of that Dread Knights? Well, not bad. We made $12,000, roughly almost $13,000. I forgot to grade the Ghost Rare card, though. Oh, but we got Ghost Rares that came in the mail anyway today. See? Always worth grading it. Ooh, Gem Mint. 10. That means it's going to go for a lot of money near mint. That's not going to go for as much money. But we'll put it there just in case. This card is worth... Wow, big amount of money. This card's not worth as much. Hold on. Oops. Hit the wrong button there. No, we're not open yet. Especially for stinkies. Alright. Let's put these down here. An Urge Gem Mint. Okay, perfect. This one's not as expensive as I thought it was, and that's a popular card, at least with the customers that are always buying it. Alright. We gotta spend a little bit extra money here. This one I don't really like to deal with because, like, the layout of it is always weird for me personally. Look at how many of these we got. I got, like, a lot of cards that I'm just sitting on. Let's also get another one. I usually just do, like, 2 of it at a time, because if I do, like, a whole bunch of these, it's way too expensive. 2-day shipping. We can afford it. We're a rich store. We're like a big conglomerate at this point. Let's go back to the regular ones. Destiny. I think that's where I had some of the bigger money makers. We're gonna just refill the shelf before we let them in for the day. Okay. They're stocking, which is good. Everything looks like it's in order, mostly. Let's order this. Everything else looks in order. We need a figure here, right? Yeah. Okay, good. This is running a little bit low on supplies, too, so we should probably buy them. I like to keep this store shelves filled. Oops. I don't like to also steal my own product, though. What am I, a jerk? Okay. We are ready to open a business. I don't know why I tried to teabag my actual customers. Okay, we're open. Shuffle and draw. That's filled. Okay, good. Oh, everything. Okay, do your job. Can you go a little bit quicker? If not, I'm gonna have to, like, lay you off. I don't want to have to do that. What's up, Kevin Bacon? How was your night yesterday? I spent it here opening packs. Did you, like, break down a whole bunch of beers? Did you talk to a couple of hotties? You know? Hey, how you doing, sir? We have a lot of products in stock for today. A lot of products. Why don't you want that? Those game mats are fairly priced, sir. Get out of my shop, loser! Okay, hello there. Oh, you. Hey, I wasn't talking to you, sir. Thank you. We love money. Money is great here. Your money is welcomed. Oh, I wanted you to restock those there. God damn it, Mindy. Okay, that's fine. It's fine, let's look around. Do we need to buy any starter decks? This thing never sells. We can leave that open, that's fine. Let's look around here. Do we need stacks? You also gotta pay attention to customers, because sometimes they'll say, oh, you don't have this in stock? What's with this store? This store's bum-ass, man. Okay. Ooh. Thank you for spending a ton of cash on that. We like that. $251. He's gonna pull cards, hopefully. Hopefully he pulls a Ghost Rare. Hello, sir. What are you trying to trade me? Ooh. Asking price 4,000. You know, we can make a whole bunch of money, but I need to see if I can lower the price on that a little bit. I'll give you $38.50. Oops. Let's go back. Oh, okay, that's fine. You'll take that? Fine. Hello, sir. I gotta make that money back right away. So, you have $19 change? I have everything rounded up because I don't like loose change in my store. It just will waste a whole bunch of time trying to shift it around. Now we're gonna sell this card that was nice enough. We're gonna mark that up. I don't go like 20% because I feel like the customers usually don't bite for it as quickly, as opposed to 10% markup, and I can just make more money easier that way. I might be losing value on these, but I don't have time to, like, fix them up. You know? Shuffle and draw is a constant business here. Hello there, ma'am. What are you buying today? Ooh, big spender, big spender. 655. Nice, nice, nice. You saw that? That's how you make sales, Kevin Bacon. That's how you make sales. Just say. Okay. What's next? Where are you going? You better be, like, refilling stuff. No, no bathroom breaks. That's on, like, you know, on your break time. No bathroom breaks at Shuffle and Draw. You didn't hear that, ma'am. Okay, we actually don't have a bathroom in this store. It'd be kind of funny. Extra realism. I'm thinking next time, like, when I do a simulator game also, I'm gonna play something called Bartender Hustle, which I've played before. It's just I need to practice because I don't remember how to work, like, the mixing of the drinks and stuff. It's something I definitely want to check out. I have to turn off the music for that. What are you asking for? I don't have that. So why are you even asking me for it? You should have, like, checked the computer. Our databases. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Hello there. Ooh. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Your patronage is always welcome here at Shuffle and Draw. Alright. Nice. Looking over, looking over. This guy reminds me of Rurikhan. I don't know if anybody here actually, like, watches Monster Hunter streams, but he looks like Rurikhan. Quite a bit. Like, he really does look like Rurikhan a little bit. Hello there, sir. Alright. $98? That's fine. Man, it's a busy day in the city today. No, I don't want that low card. It wouldn't be worth it for me. Alright, let's use the scanner. Okay, we're out of stock of that. Are you gonna fill something? We're also running low on that. We're running low on fire starter decks, so we should probably refill that too. That's fine. Blue deck boxes, we should probably add some more to that as well. I don't see anything here that needs adding. Let me check around. Give me 1 second, sir. I'll be right with you. Added that. No, we could let that go. Dice are running low on this side, though. Okay. Let's go back here. What do you want? What is your trade, sir? Yeah, no, get out of here. I don't want a $1 graded card. Why would I want that? It's all about the profits. It's all about the stonks. Okay, speaking of which. Oh, that was a bad pack pull. But we got a ghost rare out of that, so, you know. That's something. Please pardon the noise in the background. Like I said, noisy city. I am an indie VTuber. We do not have control over the sound outside. Ooh, another ghost rare. Perfect. It's 2 ghost rares. A full art. Ooh, a whole pack of full arts, too. So that's going to be big. But that broke our chances of getting a full pack of ghost rares. These guys are taking too long to put these in, so let me just put them here for now. They're stocking, but they're not stocking quickly and efficiently. Alright, let's go. Put you here. We're good, we're good. Ooh, stinky. Thank goodness for filtration. Alright, nice. Let's order some boxes. We're gonna order 3 of these to refill the machine. We're making a decent amount of profits. Alright, I gotta open these because they will try to stock them on the shelves, which we don't need. We have a lot of card supply, as it is with that. So, if it's open, they usually won't touch it to try to fill the actual store up. So, did anybody also hear, like, in the news? I found out about this. I was kind of, like, super busy yesterday because I was working on, like, some back-end YouTube stuff. So, I noticed that apparently there was an earthquake in Japan. And it was a big earthquake too. It was like a 7.6 or 7.9 on the Richter scale. It was like northern Japan. It was so bad that I saw like security footage because there was like an office in northern Japan with everything that was shaking. And I don't know if there was any structural damage to anything because I didn't really follow too up on it. But it was kind of crazy because I noticed like Monster Hunter in particular was going to do Capcom in particular. The Monster Hunter dev team is supposed to have like a live stream. They had to cancel it. There was also tsunami warnings. So, and today, the reason I'm bringing it up is there was actually something in the news that another country close to Japan that's like on the same fault line had an earthquake as well. So it looks like in that particular area, there's just like, it's earthquake season apparently, you know? Just kind of unfortunate. You know, I hope everybody that's overseas is okay, because you know what? I have friends who Let me open these before they try to stock them. Okay. See? They won't touch them if they're open. That's the trick. If not, they'll just, like, try to stock them on the shelves, which I don't want them to do. But, you know, I have, like, a lot of friends who used to be, like, esports members of a team I used to be part of, as well as our team that I was one that had started, ironically, where they're, like, overseas right now in Japan. So I had to check up on those people. I have people that I've worked with, obviously, from film and television industry I work in, as well as I used to be a journalist, so I did, like, have close contacts with a lot of people that were game developers in there. So I did check up on a couple of people, you know, just to make sure that they were safe and okay, because you don't know. Like, we had an earthquake here in New York a couple, I think it was, like, last summer. And it was technically New Jersey, but we felt it here in New York, where it was 4.3 on the Richter scale. And I remember that shook. Big time shook us up. And if that 4 kind of scared the bejesus out of me, I could only, you know, fathom and imagine anybody that was in Japan and feeling like a 7.6 would probably be. Hopefully that'll be the end of it, because you don't, you know, Dread is not a spiteful person, so, you know, I worry about people, you know. I guess you could say empathetic in that retrospect for stuff. You don't want to, like, hear in the news the loss of life because of an earthquake or people getting hurt and stuff. You know, it's just bad karma, at least in my opinion. So, but I'm happy that a lot of people, it seems, for the most part, were okay. You know? Okay, let's get these packs. $1. Change. Okay, thank you. Come again. How many packs do we got here? Should be good on packs right now, right? Because, I mean, this is the major supply stuff, right? Just in case, though, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a preemptive strike. So we have enough money. So I'm going to order one of every pack so that they can be restocked. Just to be on the safe side. Just to be on the safe side. It's like $2,000, but it doesn't matter. You know how much cards we're pulling? Okay. Asking price, $555. Market price, I will offer you $525 for that card. Will you accept it? You will. Good. And that's how you blackball people into giving you the cards. Oh, man. We're sold out here, too? Okay, well, let's put some expensive cards here first, all right? Oops. Nope. Let's go market price, round up. We don't use loose change here. $256. I think I have $1,000 cards in the air supply. Probably the Tetramon ones. All right, 246. Okay, great. Let's go. Okay, 245. 193. Okay. Well, that's rounded up. That's pretty good, too. All right, what's next? Okay, good. 212. We're making money. We're in the money. We're in the money. We're gonna... I can't sing the rest because I'll probably get DMCA'd. Man, New York, calm down today. These are the Destiny ones. Let's go to the Tetra one. See. $6,000 card. I probably should have graded that. But I need that money. That'll push us over the edge. Ooh, another $6,000 card. If I see a NARB, like, $6,000 card, it's probably gonna get graded. Oh, I'm probably gonna grade you. We'll put the rest of them down. Holy crap, look how much money we're making. Look at how much freaking money. This row alone could pay for the whole entire store. This is why you open packs. I'm gonna say that one. Look at this. And there are people who are buying it like nothing. Like, dude in the business suit. Must be, you know, $4,000 one. Let's go. Let's go. We make money. We're making money. Okay, good. How much money do you think we're gonna make by the end of today? Ooh. This is new. Look at that. We basically flip profit on that card, too. Amazing. Phenomenal. Stupendous. Wonderful. Okay. 307. That card went up in price, too. Nice. Sweet. Hey, guys, can you... People who are stocking, can you stock quicker? Just saying. It's like a mess outside. I don't want to get a bad Yelp review. Okay. I'm gonna keep that one for grading. Alright, not bad. Let's just restock with the full arts for now. And then what we're gonna do is we'll move on to the next part here. I think we are close to hitting level 100 in the store, which is like the major mission for today, Dread Knights, because I do have a mission. I'm a man on a mission. I'm on a quest. Okay, 190. 209. Good. 187 goes to 207. This is why it's very important. This card I thought was going to be worth a lot more. It looked so cool. It didn't even break 200 there. I feel like just adding a dollar to it. No. Let's keep it close. Let's keep it fair. Okay, good. Let's keep this here. Okay, good. Hey, that went up in value too, so that's nice to know. So we can just stock a couple of these. I'll stock this one here. I can't fill these quick enough. I'm just gonna... just for the row right now, because we're selling everything's selling like hotcakes at this point. Oh, goodness gracious. Look at that. The day's already over. All right. What do you want, ma'am? You dare offer me a card for 76 cents and want something that I have? I will give it to you just because I'm a benevolent person. I want a good Yelp review. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Shuffle and Draw is closed for the day. All right. Let's put some of these packs here. They just leave. Like, my freaking workers, my freaking co-workers just leave. That's so rude of you. You're so rude. All of you are rude. You should have... We gotta pay bills, though. Oh. You need help there, Kevin Bacon? You're gonna make a purchase? What do you want? What do you want? For an $84 card? Sure. That's fine. It's a profit. Man, what a day do we have today. Are you gonna be smashing down some beers with me later, Kevin Bacon? You wanna have, like, some blue moons? I still have, like, 2 blue moons. No? No? Why are you looking at me like that? It's okay to, like, drink with your boss every once in a while. Just saying. Guys, you gotta go home. Miss, ma'am. I mean, I understand you got a pretty good card and they're going, but you gotta leave. You gotta leave. We're closed. Hey, you too. I know this is like a romantic date that you're having right now, but you gotta leave. You gotta get out of my store. It's closing time. You know, I want to go hit the bars. I want to go hit the, you know, things. Come on. Get out of here. Both of you. Date's over. Okay. That's enough playing around. Let's do this. Nothing good. Nothing great. I say that, and there's probably like $1,000 cards in there, but I don't see ghost rares. I don't get the dopamine hit. Alright. Let's pay bills. Okay, that wasn't bad. We made profit, and we got back a lot of profit when we finally kicked them out of the store. Alright, so we're gonna put these packs again, 3 of these. I'm gonna order also the 4 of the other ones, because I think those machines were gonna... Actually, let's double check on that. Oh, no. We won't do that. We'll wait till, like, the morning when we start setting stuff up. We should also TC grade while we're at it, because this is still a good day. So let's go in here. I need the $1,000 card. It's not that one's from the Tetramon set, right? Yeah, we're gonna grade this one. Because this is a full art. I always hate that, because, like, you have to, even on, like, I usually play on controller for this game, but, like, you have to, like, click on the mouse to get it to go. That's fine. That card's gonna give us way more value in the end run. Alright, stock orders. Let's stock this. Alright, let's just open these up. Refill the machine, because this is how we're making. We're making all our money off the card singles. So much. So much going on, man. They look like ATM machines, though. That's fine. It's fine. 6 hours on that. Let's fill the machine up here. And we'll go to the next day. We're still not at shop level 100. I wonder how much it's going to take to be able to do that. What do you think, Dread Knights? What do you think? Okay. Get rid of that. Okay, good. Fill this one up as well. Should be pretty good. I think it's great. You know, this is just fueling the addiction, too. We're just trying to get these ghost rares. If you get a god pack on stream, that would be great. Alright. We are closed for the day. How much profit did we make? Ooh. Wow. We made a big profit. 30,000 that day. 32,000 to be almost exact. Let's go. We're making money. We're making big time money. Alright. Is there anything else that... Maybe I should fill these spots up, right? Alright. Let's go to Destiny, because those were the packs that we opened, right? $2,000 card. went up to 26,000, or 2,600, excuse me. My math isn't mathing. 249. Do this. It's 380. We have a lot of those. I just want to fill up, like, all the, like, dead zones, so that way there's, like, cards for people to buy. Because this is what's making our major money, as well as all the tables that we have for the people playing the game. Okay, good. She's stocking shelves like she should. Let's give them a good amount of supply of cards, though. We don't want, like, to put the same card over and over again. Alright, that's nice. He's doing his job. Okay. Good job, you. Good job. Everybody seems to be on the same page. I think it's safe to say we can open for the day, but I want to check the stinky machines. See? Because if a stinky comes in, that's going to be bad for us. Where's the spray? Let's put a spray in there. And we are open for business today. Ladies and gentlemen, shuffle and draw. Come on in. All right. Whew. Makes a lot out of my throat when I act like a clown. I'm going to take a sip of hydration, because I always forget to do that. And my throat is, like, killing me. I'm like, Dread, why is your throat killing you? Well, because probably you were screaming like a maniac on stream. Thank you, sir. Alright. $29. That we will do. Thank you. Come again. What's up, Kevin Bacon? How was your night? Yes, sir. Oh, you're working. Let me not mess with him. I'm working too. You could come to this one. Come to this booth. No? No takers on that? Nobody wants? Everybody hates to, like, shop with the manager. Because I could, like, blackball them in the prices, too. $22. Alright. 20? You know, so one thing I never see anybody ever in this game where I have had to give them $50 plus change back. That's something that it just never happens in this game. You know what our simulator game I was looking at? Because I was looking at, like, simulator games, because I do like them. Thank you for the follow, whether that was on YouTube or Twitch. I do greatly appreciate that. I'm mostly on YouTube these days. Thank you, sir. $41. But our simulator games I was looking at one that's called, like, Garden Simulator, which looks... It doesn't look great because, you know, simulator games in general are kind of a nuance. They're not, like, graphically amazing, all of them. In fact, none of them are. I think the one that looked the best was Water Park Simulator, which I've seen, Sameko Saba playing it a while back. It looked cool. So I've been kind of interested in that one. Another one that looked interesting was Fast Food Simulator. Ultimate Fishing Simulator looks interesting too. And it's like on sale right now on Steam for like $1.99. You know? So I'm like going through the simulator rabbit hole, I guess you could say. The ones that are like worth trying out. Garden Simulator seems interesting too. Because it kind of reminds me of like Leaf in It, which I saw also Saba playing it, which I thought was pretty cool. Which is a nice one. I hope that game gets updated, because like the thing that kind of... It's not a turnoff, but the thing is like once you play the game's story, that's it. There's nothing else to do. It's not like there's an endless mode. I kind of like games that are kind of open-ended in a way. I guess that's why I like playing Monster Hunter games. I like playing dungeon crawlers, because like I buy the game, but the game is never truly over until I say it's over. You know? As opposed to like a story-based game, which I've played story-based games before in stream. Obviously, I've played the Batman. Not the whole trilogy, but I played what was it, Arkham City. And Arkham Asylum first and Arkham City. I wanted to do Night, but the problem is, and I know a lot of other streamers have cited this, when you do story-based games, it's really difficult to do them. Like, especially if they're long story-based games. Because it's hard to, like, you have to play them consistently. And the thing is, like, there's some times where you probably don't want to play a very long game for a very long series, because maybe, like, not all your viewers are into it. And then you're, like, stuck. And you're trapped, and it's like, man, I'm playing this game, but half my viewership doesn't want to see that. Or the other half of the viewership is like, can't watch it all the time, or they missed some installment. And then they gotta watch on VOD. So I try to, like, avoid doing that. You know, because, like, I play Monster Hunter, it's endgame stuff, it's not really a big of a deal. But then, like, as I was thinking about, there's one game I've always wanted to play on my channel for the last 5 years, I've never done it. What do you want, man? And that's Final Fantasy VII, the original Final Fantasy VII. I've always wanted to play it. But when I think about it, like, I can speedrun Final Fantasy VII OG, but it still would take me in the upwards of, like, 3 or 4 days of playing it. Maybe even, like, 5 or 6, because I usually stream for about like roughly the 2-hour mark, just because I've been doing this for a lot of years already, and my voice is not what it like used to be. That's the best I can say. Like, I get animated and sometimes I'll get like out of breath. I don't have vocal cord damage at the moment, but I am noticing that it's, you know, the stamina of doing that and being, it's taken a toll over these years. And remember, I've made content, like, the first year of this YouTube channel, really, I was started where I did, like, every once in a while for, like, the first week or two. And then I started doing 7 days a week, where I was making, like, guides for Diablo 3. That's really what took off mostly on the channel. I don't make guides anymore, really, because it's, like, I don't play enough of a game, and I don't like to restrict myself of playing and making, like, informational content. Because the thing is, like, whenever I used to make a guide, like, a lot of the Diablo guides that you've seen on this channel that are, like, really successful ones in terms of viewership, those guides, like, took me, like, 72 hours of, like, editing and recording, and on top of that, countless hours of grinding non-stop the game to be able to get those endgame builds. And I just don't have, like, that type of time anymore as a creator. You know, I know that's, like, stuff that people would prefer me to do. Like, I know Wilds has always been a big thing. For people like, Dread, why aren't you playing Monster Hunter Wilds? Dread, why haven't you played Monster Hunter Wilds? I have touched the game, in, you know, but the thing is, like, the game's, like, poorly optimized. And then the reason why a lot of people want me to personally play Wilds is not, like, to actually stream Wilds as, like, just regular streaming game. Is they want me to make, like, endgame builds and stuff. And the thing about it is, like, if I play Wilds at some point, which it's gonna happen eventually, it's just I'm not interested in doing it until, like, the expansion comes out, or they, like, really optimize it on PC, because it's a mess on PC at the moment. Like, even when I do it, I'm not gonna do guides. I'm just gonna, like, stream the game playing it, because I just don't, like, you know, short form content obviously is something that YouTube prefers nowadays, but particularly they're only really, like, pushing short content, which I talked about that even yesterday. I don't like making YouTube shorts because it's very time consuming. I have to go back, I have to download my streams, I have to look for, like, what could be a funny or good gameplay moment, and then I gotta, like, add music to it. And then, like, this is the thing that people don't realize too right now of, like, YouTube. What do you want? No, that's a bad deal. What are you even thinking about, sir? But the thing about that, you don't know, like, when you do YouTube shorts and, like, you're gonna add music, they'll suggest music to you, and sometimes it's fine, and then sometimes it's not. So a lot of the times, like, the song will be fine. I'll give you an example. Ooh, it's a gross rare. What are you asking for? I will give you free 30 for that, but I won't give you more than that. Thank you. Okay. That was worth it, considering how much money we've made so far. What do you want? Nope, that's a bad trade. I'm not doing it. I don't have to do that. But yeah, with YouTube shorts in particular, like, sometimes you'll do... I'll give you an example. Not this Fortnite video, which was the last one that I did for a YouTube short, or third to last thing I did. But there was a Fortnite video a while back where it's, you know, the Chug Jug With You song, right? And it was fine. For a very long time, it was fine. And it had really good viewership. And then I got content claimed, even though YouTube suggested the song that I use it for it in YouTube Shorts. And it got content claimed by the person who sings it. It's like studio. So then, A, it affected the visibility of it. B, it's like, you're not going to monetize this. I'm not monetized on this channel. So, you know what? But it was done. Also, it was restricted in certain countries because of it. So, like, this creator who's made billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars saw that the video had, like, a decent amount of viewership, and then decided to, like, completely nuke it. So, like, now, when I do, like, YouTube Shorts, which is another, like, stressful element to it, I have to then, on top of that, like, check back the next day to make sure, like, somebody didn't content claim something, despite the fact that, like, YouTube suggested it. So, ooh, what are you asking for? I don't have this, so why are you even asking me for it? So nowadays, when I actually, like, do that type of stuff, it's like, I'm very cautious, because it's, like, super stressful. I will fill this. Give me a minute. I have to go check my card stock in the back. Alright. Nothing good. Nothing good. Nothing good. 1 second, hold that thought. That looked like we had a full row of full art somewhere. Okay, I'll restock these after we have, like, a little bit of downtime. Alright, let's go. That can't be right, can it? Well, it can. We didn't pull $1,000 cards from that? My heart is broken. Alright, got another achievement. Oh, we reached shop level 100! Let's go! Let's go, baby. That means we have completely everything unlocked. Where we can just get everything. I just put that card down, bro. These guys are fiends for Tetramon. This must be what it's like nowadays to, like, buy Pokemon packs, right? So people go, like, balls to the wall crazy with this stuff. Okay. Good. Let's just stock this as fast as... Damn, I'm putting down stuff and they're just buying it out, like, so quickly. I didn't realize full arts were gonna go for that much money. Okay, cool. Alright. Let's do Tetramon to see if we have 1,000 cards here. We do! Okay. Gotta make a big bank here. Okay, nice. I don't want to really do shop upgrades until we're, like, really high in the green. If we have, like, $1 million, that would probably be great. Round this up. Good. One thing I would prefer for them to do is, like, better organizing. Because this game is still in very early access. There's also Anime Shop Simulator, which I did actually apply for the closed beta for it, because apparently it's in, like, closed beta testing at the moment. So I did actually shoot up the developer via Steam to see, like, if they're allowing more players in open access at some point, or closed access. So maybe I could get into that and do it on the channel, hopefully. You know, you never know, really. There's a lot of things that I'm interested in doing. It's just a matter of, like, wherever I can get into some of the secret stuff. Like, for example, I know a lot of people have been asking me about Path of Exile 2. If, like, the developers had ever thrown a key my way, I would probably have played it. Like, I don't want to spend, and it's no disrespect to the developers, because I never played Path of Exile 1, first of all. I don't really want to, like, jump into a dungeon crawler and spend, like, $30 for open access to something that's going to be free to play. I already did that with, like, Lost Ark, and then I remember what happened with Lost Ark. Like, how many people honestly even remember Lost Ark? It was a fad for, what, like a day or two? It was a Korean freaking MMO. And it dropped off so freaking fast. And I bought, like, the Founder's Pass for that. And the game dropped off hard. Like, I remember Countess Crucible used to play a little bit too, but by the time, like, we met, like, she had stopped playing and her computer couldn't run it very well at the time. So, like, the only person I knew who actually played Lost Ark, that was interested in Lost Ark, I couldn't then, like, play with them. Which is kind of, and, like, I've read still stuff going on in Lost Ark, but it's like, man, you know, game's, like, practically dead, which is sad, you know. That's the other thing too about, like, streaming, like, things become fads for a while. Like, I can't remember, sir. I'll help you here. All right, 54. Some games, like, become fads. What do you want? I don't have that. Go away. And when they become fads, it's just, like, unfortunate. Is this actually on? It is, right? Yeah. You can never tell. It's always so dark in this store sometimes. All right. But, you know, so that's the other thing too. Like, you have to, everything's like fads. Like, I was looking into playing also Liar's Bar again, because remember I used to play way back in the day. And you know what ended up happening? I think it's fine to do this at this point. So nobody's really going to stock up at 8:22 at night. So the thing about it too is, like, I was going to go back and revisit Liar's Bar, but then I found out that Liar's Bar at the moment is kind of dead. Like, there's a whole bunch of cheaters and there's only, like, 632 people playing Liar's Bar. I wanted to jump back in because I've had, like, a lot of new updates, but because, like, you need actual people to play with it, and because, like, the other thing too is, like, the lobbies in general. You know, like, public lobbies, there's a lot of cheaters. And then when I'm obviously streaming a game, especially something like Liar's Bar, where I don't know what the people are going to say, I try to avoid, like, doing an open voice comm, because God forbid they say something that will get you in trouble on YouTube these days, especially, like, and a lot of people know this. YouTube, you know, is changing. I don't know if I would say it's for the better, but it's changing, and some of those changes have been not amazing, I will say that. They've been, oh, who filled this machine? One of my employees filled that machine? I don't know if I like that. Okay, well, we're just gonna put this here for now. 128, 128. Okay, so I need 4 boxes of that. We also gotta pay bills. Gotta remember that. But the thing I don't like, too, is, like, not even don't like, but YouTube right now is just doing a lot of controversial things. There's a lot of people who've had problems with the channels, too. Somebody that I do watch, I don't know how many people here would be familiar with his content. Rhyme Style, he has a channel he does with like a lot of our content creators, and they've like ran into trouble where they got hit with that stuff of like where the channel was shut down for some reason. And you know, he's been trying to get it back with him and his creator buddies, and they haven't been able to like talk to a human. So I am concerned about the future of YouTube. I've been thinking about it. And there's been like a lot of changes here too that I've noticed that have personally made my channel take a hit as of lately, compared to what it used to be. So, you know, I always contemplated too, it's like, should I do multi-streaming? I don't know if I really want to multi-stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Or should I like try out Twitch despite the fact that, you know, obviously there's a lot of Twitch ads, and I know there's people who are going to complain about like running the ads and like, why can't you do this? It's part of Twitch thing. So, you know, it's very rough in terms of, like, content creation right now, because it's like, I don't want to say it's damned if you do or damned if you don't, but it's kind of gotten to that point for me. You know, where you do something and you might not, like, make one person happy over it. And then you do something else and then it's controversial. It's like, you can't please everybody, right? But at the same time, it gets to a point where it's like, ugh. You know? And, like, some of the stuff that I'm seeing, like, happening on YouTube, I'm getting concerned, because it's like, I try to keep everything, like, super clean here, right? I try to follow everything to the T. I try to, like, be a good boy. I try to make sure that, like, when I do content, I try to not include anything that would be necessarily controversial. I try my best to make sure, like, when I do the shorts that I really don't like to do, or I try to do edits, that it's not going to be something that's going to get, like, hit with a claim, you know? So I try to follow everything straight edge, but, like, it's concerning when you see, like, our creators that are very, very high up in the totem pole getting, like, hit with stuff and having channels nuked and stuff. It's concerning, you know? And there was obviously an interview with the current CEO that's, you know, pushing newer technology that obviously not a lot of people are obviously on board with for a lot of different reasons. So it's like, you know, I don't personally think that an automated system should be reviewing people's, like, channels and stuff, but I'm not the one that makes these rules. But it's very, very concerning. It's like, Nimmy Nightmare, I think, said it best. Like, at this point, like, I have Twitch, but that's, like, my backup plan at this point, in case, like, something horribly happens with YouTube, you know. But that's, like, because I like... Oops. I like YouTube, don't get me wrong. I've been on here a long time. I prefer it as a platform. You know, it does what it needs to do for me. Okay, we got some graded cards that came. You blocked me, sir. Don't block the box. Alright. I can't... I'm not going to take any cards off yet. We'll save them for later. They'll be part of the gradeds. Yes, we're open for business. Come in. Let me do some stock supplies here. See what we're missing. Gotta order that. Gotta order that. Gotta, like, do a checkup on all the inventory that we're missing. These are not selling so well. That is. Good. This box is going. We can order another one of those while we're at it. Another one of those figures. That guy's fine. Two of these, we'll order that. I'm just trying to fill up the shelves, you know, because we got those are not selling at all. Just kind of a little bit of heartbreaking. Don't break my heart, my achy, achy heart. Oh boy, what do you want? I don't have this. Why are you asking for it? I don't have those cards, sir. Good price. Yes, we have the best prices in town. Just look at our reviews, literally. It smells. It does not smell. Take that back. Shuffle and Draw is the best card shop. We'll visit again. This place is nice. Play at it. Okay. Probably they saw Stinky. Actually, you know what? That gives me a good thing. Have they been stocking this? No, they haven't. That's why we're getting Stinkies. So hard. So hard to get good help. So hard to get good help. So hard, man. You know? It's frustrating. That's okay. Pick this up. Guys, you're not picking up any of this. Gosh, darn it. They'll get to it. They'll get to it. They'll get to it. Hopefully somebody doesn't trip and sue, right? If they trip and sue, man, that'd be over for our career here in Trading Card Shop Simulator. Alright. He looks like my employee. That's funny. I mean, the models are a little bit generic in this game, but they are for most of them. What do you want, sir? What do you want, Recon? It's graded. It's a 9. It's a near mint. Market price. I will give you 1,100 for that. If you're willing to accept it. You are. Okay, great. Let's see here. 79. Thank you, sir. Come again. What do you want? That's low card. I don't need that. Come again when you have something really good of a value. Alright, let's check the graded cards right now. Because I think that's where we're going to make most of our profit for today. Ooh. Look at that. Look at that. This is going to, like, fund my children that I don't have college fund at this point. Okay. That one I'm actually a little disappointed. I thought it was going to be higher, but because it's not near mint. Alright. We used to have ghosts that we can send off. These are the next ones I'm going to kind of target, but not just yet. Not just yet. Let's restock the shelves. Alright, let's go to Destiny cards. 77, let's readjust the price there. Okay. 61.19, let's readjust the price there. It went down in value. That actually hurts my soul quite a bit. Are these more expensive? No, they're about the same. We gotta get some decent pack pulls going. Because if not, I'm gonna have to, like, spend a whole bunch of money grading some cards to make more money. I'm greedy. I'm greedy. We have a whole bunch of money. And we've been paying our bills and making, like, max profits. And yet, what do I want? I want more. Like Veruca Salt at this point. I'm not gonna round up or stuff at this point. I'm just gonna throw them just to, like, save time. Even if we lose a couple of bucks, it's not really gonna matter. They were $60 cards. Like, unless somebody says, oh, that's too expensive, I don't want it. Well, get out of my store. Right? You know? That's just how I feel about that. Somebody bought the graded cards, I think. Maybe? Pretty sure somebody just bought one. Let's see. They did. They bought this one. Cool. Cool beans. Alright. I am gonna send some cards to go graded. So we have the money for it. And there's like another one that's gonna come back pretty soon. Alright, so let's go in here. I'm gonna go to Ghost. I'm gonna have these graded. So that's 1. This one graded. 2. You know what? We're gonna spend a little bit more money than I normally do. We're gonna get this one graded. And that's all we're grading. That's a lot of money to lose. Hello, sir. What do you want? Why does it look... It's in poor condition. Why would I want that? Go away. Freaking card thing's about to break. He's trying to give me a freaking poor condition card. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Alright, these are complete. Anything decent? Maybe? No, that's bad. Oh, hold up. I saw a Ghost Rare in there. 2 Ghost Rare. Oh, look! We got a God Pack! We got a God Pack. God Pack confirmed on stream. We got the God Pack. Look. I don't know if you can see it here. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a God Pack. So what happens in this game is after you spend a certain amount of money and you're pulling packs, you have a chance of pulling either a pack full of full arts, a pack full of nothing but holographics, or a pack full of all Ghost Rares. This here is how I really am able to fund the store, because usually I'll send them out to get graded. Or unless they're like very, very expensive, then I'll just sell them right away. But that's what really fuels my card shop a lot. And it's great because I have these machines, right? So these machines do like the majority of the heavy lifting here. Let's put these in so they can like stock the shelves through there. So that's great, like pulling in our God Pack. Like, I love to see those. Those are dopamine hits for me. Alright, let's get 3 more of these. We're just going for super profits today, Dread Knight. Okay, open, open, open. Let's bring these inside. The reason for that is I don't want them outside. Imagine somebody trips on that, that's gonna be a freaking lawsuit. Okay, good, 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 good. Let's put these in. Those are gonna run out too from the larger machines, so we'll buy the packs and open them. So fit them as well. We might be able to do multiple rotations of this now that I'm thinking about it. These machines unlock so late into the game now. Like, it would have been nice to have them like when you're at like level 50, but by the time you get to them, It's like an insane amount of stuff. Why is it so noisy outside today, guys? I'm so sorry about all the car traffic noise. You know? Not something I can really control. Apparently there's a lot of traffic today. A lot of people are angry. There's also, they have like a bike lane now here on my block, which like reduces the amount of like area that cars can drive through. So like when there's like a high traffic area, it's also very rainy today here. We'll buy 4 of these. We should probably buy some of the supplies we don't own right now after I like pay the rent for today in the shop. Are these done? Close to done. So we're gonna put that there. Just gotta stock these machines. Oh, that almost glitched out. That would have been unfortunate. This game can be a little bit glitchy at times. Okay, let's put this over here. Let's put this over here. Don't trip over that. I can't afford to pay your medical bills, just saying. You got everything underhand here? You do. Good for you. Alright, well that's happening. Let's look at what we have in... Let's pay the bills first. That's always important to pay the bills. Next up from there, what we're going to do is we're going to go to accessories. And we're going to look, because there's some mats that I haven't unlocked yet. That have like very expensive licenses like this. I'm going to open up the 75 one. And we'll buy that one. I'm not going to buy the R ones because obviously it's a lot of cash. I don't want to burn through all my card supplies like that real quick. Because that's how you become a bad business owner. So I like to do it like a little bit at a time. That way we don't lose a whole bunch of profits. You know? Plus we're going to be selling like some very big cards. I have to put the light on. Another thing that always bars me too about this game is like the NPC is literally right there. You can't put the light on. I guess you don't get paid. That's in his job description apparently. God forbid the guy who works the register right next to the light switch actually put the light switch on, right? It's such a novel concept, but you know, it is what it is. I could turn the lights on at the beginning of the day, but then be more money on the electric bill. At least that's how I think about it. What are you doing? Okay, you better not be stealing like the card stock. So I'm trying to fill up these machines. Okay, good. They didn't take it. So the open box trick still works. Let's get these cards. Ooh, Ghost Rare. We keep getting Ghost Rares. We just keep catching. We just keep catching W's today, guys. This is great. Shop level 100 too. We did everything we needed to do. I'll play a little bit more. You know? I want probably a nice like 2-hour stream today. Let's fill up these. Tomorrow, I was originally going to play Fortnite, but I'm not going to be playing it. There's a reason for it. The new update comes out tomorrow, which is great and all, but I know, like, on the first day of a brand new update of Fortnite, it gets very sweaty. It actually even is usually, like, miserable to play on the day of a new update, which I don't feel like being stressed out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, like, I can't play it Friday because Diablo 4 Season 11 drops technically right after the Game Awards, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm going to be playing that on Friday, and I don't want to switch it up because I really want to play Diablo 4 Season 11 and check it out. Because, I mean, you know, a lot of my viewer base has come from Diablo content back in the day. So I want to check it out when it's brand new, it's fresh, and people are, like, actually interested in it. As opposed to, like, Fortnite, like, I already did the TikTok, not TikTok, well, I did put it up on TikTok. But I already did, like, the YouTube short, which basically condensed a batch of Fortnite. So, like, for me, it's like I already did something Fortnite related this week, so I don't want to really... Oops, what am I doing? I don't want to really have to, like, continue to, like, put something else out, you know? Because it doesn't make a whole bunch of sense for me, personally. Do we have graded cards? Let's double check here. We do not, okay. I just wanted to double check before I was, like, putting out a whole bunch of expensive cards and then finding out, like, we have graded ones that are worth way more money. So I won't be doing Fortnite this week. I'm gonna probably try to do it, like, either Monday or stuff. Because, like, also, too, I'm kind of was waiting for Winterfest, because that's, like, when it's, like, the most fun to play Fortnite. You know. So, we'll see. We'll play it by ear. Tomorrow, I'm not too sure what we're gonna play yet. I was thinking maybe doing a run back of Peak. But it would be solo Peak, which I hate playing Peak solo, just because it's more stressful, especially if, like, the Roots map drops, which it happens. I've seen, like, I've been very unfortunate, and I've gotten, like, Roots multiple different times during nights. And, like, the Roots map in particular, I mean, there's people who probably are not going to be mad about it. Man, very noisy today in New York. I apologize for that. But the thing about it is, like, with Peak, whenever the Roots map drops, I usually don't want to play because it's too hard to, like, solo the map. I've been able to do it, and I've done it on stream before, but it's not a fun experience for me, if you get what I'm saying. So, like, I try not to do that, and, like, playing with other people, it's like, I know people who play Peak, but it's hard, like, to coordinate. Hey, would you be down to just play? You know? It's kind of one of those things. And Dread, you know, Dread always kind of has done for a while, like, and this is why people sometimes get mad, is I don't really do collabs. You know, there have been people who've tried to, like, shoehorn me into doing them. And it's nothing, like, personal. It's just, like, I'm a certain type of person, right? And I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And a lot of times, hold that for, we don't have to restock any more cards right now, because we're done. You know, so for me, it's like, I need to know people very well. Like, when I, like, thought about, like, collabing and stuff, anytime, like, a VTuber collab type of thing has come up, and people have approached me for it, I've usually shot it down simply on the basis that for me, collabs is like, oh, stinky person in the store, let's take care of that. Collabs for me, in reality, is like, you do them with, like, your actual friends and people you're cool with and people you're chill with. And a lot of times I get approached by people who are random strangers that don't know me. They'll see, like, an old school Diablo free video that did well back in the day, or they'll see, like, something did well, and they'll want to, like, you know, collab. It's like, I don't know you, first of all, and it's not trying to be mean, it's just a legitimate thing. And then the other half of it's like, you know, if I don't know you, like, what type of synergy? I don't want to collab with a random stranger. You know, if I enjoy Diablo 4, I want to play with somebody who is a friend of mine that plays Diablo 4. If I play Peak, I want to be able to play with somebody that's a friend of mine that plays Peak. You know? Somebody I know. It's actually not bad. Oh, I'm not giving it to you for $0. I'll give you the $53. I don't care. We make a whole bunch of money in this store. It's not a big deal for me. But, you know, so that's why. I remember there was a time, and I could maybe tell the story a little bit. There's a person that was a viewer of mine, and they were also, like, trying to be a content creator, because, you know, everybody's got their hustle and their side game trying to, you know, I respect that. And they saw that I played a lot of Monster Hunter, and I had a lot of, you know, guides to Monster Hunter stuff that did pretty well. And forever, every other day, they were asking me to, like, collab with them. And at one point, I was willing to do it. And I was like, okay, I'm willing to give you a VTuber collab. Why not? And I'm like, give me the details, and we'll set something up. And months went by, and they didn't get back to me. And then when they did finally get back to me, they were like, hey, we can do this in October. I'm like, okay, I set this date there. And then they're like, oh, I can't do it anymore. And I'm like, well, this person seems very irresponsible with this type of stuff, so why would I do a collab with you? So after that, I was just like, you know, trying to be polite about it. I was like, oh, I don't have the time to do it. Oh, I don't, you know, which is kind of, you know, it was kind of not the most truthful thing, but it was one of those things where it's like, I know at the time, because I realized the person wasn't really necessarily being serious about it. And then they just constantly, to the point where there was even Monster Hunter videos that I had, and they were dropping, I'm checking the machines since I'm rambling, the point where then they would go on Monster Hunter guides of mine to comment on it and be like, yeah, I can't wait to collab with you. And I'm like, that's, like, not the appropriate thing to do on YouTube. Like, there's a certain amount of etiquette that you have. Like, I don't go into other people's things and then just will be like, man, I can't wait to collab with you. That's just not what you do, you know? And then they were doing it in Discord, to the point where on my Discord I had to make a rule of don't ask me to collab, you know? Because it was getting to the point where then it was on Discord and stuff, and it was, like, annoying. Like, you know, I understand everybody wants to, like, collab as VTubers and be buddies and stuff like that. And I get that, I get that point too, but it's just like, you know, if I get to know me, right? get to know me, have conversations, let me, like, sit in your chats, get the vibe, so that I know, like, the type of feel, if I can play off you, like, in terms of words and types of, like, comedic timing. You know, I talk a lot on stream. That's something that a lot of people... Is somebody's audience gonna, like, want to deal with the fact that I talk way too much? Because I've been told quite a bit that I just talk way so much on my stream instead of playing the game, but I like to do that because I feel like it's kind of important to keep the conversation going, at least in my retrospect, you know? If I'm watching a stream and it's like a lot of... We didn't make profit? We made minus 503 profit. Oh, I feel sad. I feel sad there, Dread Knight. You know? So there's that. And here's, like, the funny thing about, like, the Monster Hunter thing, too. I noticed that the person that, like, was begging me for a collab, how much do you think this card's worth? Oh my goodness! That could fund 5 more shuffle and draws alone. We're gonna make sure we grade cards like this in the future. Those big money cards? Alright, let's go back to Destiny. I don't think I've pulled anything. Ooh. Ooh. I'd need this for the store, though. The next one. If we get, like, a whole bunch of pulls in the future, we'll do that. So I'm greedy. I'm hungry. You know, so, like, I think about stuff like that. And then there was, like, I feel like the person came back, actually, and, like, made a different account and stuff, too. Was trying to, like, it's just, like... I don't know, man. It's just way different back in the day. Like, when I go to people's streams, I watch them. Like, just to watch them and stuff. I've never, like... comment because I want to, like, VTuber collab or something, or I think about it, like, from a marketing perspective, or to, like, get people to redirect to here. I'm not that type of person. I've never been that type of person because I've been around a long time. I've been a streamer since, what, like, 2019, before I became a VTuber, where I did a lot of stuff on Twitch. So, you know, I know, like, the proper etiquette and chains of avenue, for the most part. I mean, the only thing is, like, obviously I'm a little bit more outspoken about certain things that go on VTuber community, because I just feel... I don't know, it's, you know, I try to stay away from VTuber Twitter, because it's just kind of toxic. I knew somebody, that I feel like she spends way too much time on Twitter, actually. And she's, like, a bigger streamer from the scene. And I like, when I watch, not even watch, but I noticed, like, they went from not really using Twitter to then, like, using it nonstop. To the point that I think they, like, inherited really bad habits of Twitter. And I could be guilty of this, too. Like, I noticed I was starting to fall into bad habits and letting, like, VTuber community on Twitter kind of, like, make stuff happen. I'm just running around like an idiot when I open the sign. So I tried, like, lately to avoid falling into bad habits, but I've noticed some bigger people that just, I think they've lost sense with that and realized that they gotta, like, scale back on their Twitter stuff, because it's affecting their brand, in my opinion, quite a bit. It's not doing things to elevate, it's actually doing the reverse. From an outsider looking in perspective. But what do I know, right? You know, my opinions on stuff like that don't really necessarily matter, despite the fact that I'm a general consumer who likes to watch, like, you know, regular streams and stuff. But I think about it, I'm like, that's not, you know, like, on that, like, but yeah, it's whatever. You know, not my pig, not my farm, I suppose, as the saying goes. Do we got any good, expensive cards from this? I gotta restock this machine. You know, I need them to fill these boxes, though, because... What's a good set? Can I just keep this here? They still haven't stocked from the last stuff? Aw, honeys. Honeys, honeys, honeys. You're piecing me off. Alright. I'm gonna... Hopefully these boxes are not gonna... You know? But VTuber Twitter, holy crap, man, that place is a cesspool sometimes. I've talked about it yesterday with, like, the burnt peanut stuff. I don't know why people... My packs? They are. Where's the rest of them? Is my packs? They are. Good. I just want them... That's not my packs. You can... Hey, why do we have boxes still on the ground here? Hmm? This is like a mess. This is disorganized... How do I close this back up? Do I have to pick it? How do I close this back up? There we go. Where's my My red packs. That's what I want. Okay. Jeez Louise. Let's put these down. I gotta bring these inside, too. These stock boys are not doing their jobs. Why do I pay you if you're not bringing in the boxes quick enough, bro? Why? I could just do everything myself, Dread Knights. You know, so it's interesting, you know? I don't know, sometimes with VTuber Twitter. VTuber Blue Sky is where it's at. I did say that yesterday. I do like VTuber Blue Sky community a little bit better. Everybody's, like, so friendly, and nobody's, like, trying to disparage people. But then on top of that, you gotta, like, also remember, I'm not, like, bashing, keep this in mind, but I feel like a lot of the bad habits that have happened on VTuber Twitter are thanks to a lot of the bigger people who kind of partake in that type of stuff that have made things the way they are, you know? I would love for the day that a lot of the bad habits of VTuber communities could be changed. Because, like, for all intents and purposes, I've been, like, on the outside lately. Like, I don't even really, even though I use a model, I haven't been considering myself as a VTuber. I very rarely use the VTuber hashtag anymore, too. It's like, it just, it brings, like, a lot of graphic spots. And the other thing on top of that, too, is, like, it just, I don't know. You know? I'm looking for that vibe that I haven't been able to find in the last 5 years with, like, people. You know? Like-minded people, people that like the same type of games as me. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your work there. People, you know, that are not, like, just trying to get ahead, that are gonna, like, use you. Because I have so many VTuber stories that I honestly can't tell. Because A, a lot of people probably wouldn't believe the stories. And B, because, like, it's just stuff that, like, professionally I'm not allowed to talk about. But it's a lot of, like, negative stuff that's happened. A lot of negative stuff that's like really put me off. Asking price $9.99. You know, I will give you $8.25. Oops, not that one. I'll give you $8.25 for that. $8.25. But yeah, there's like a lot of stuff too that's happened that's just kind of not made me really, you know, it is what it is sometimes. You know? Not everybody that's, like, on the higher totem pole is a nice person in this community. And there are some people that are high up in the totem pole that's very nice, too, as well. It's no two things are all the same, you know? Like, for every good big VTuber, there's some bad apples. For every good small VTuber, there's some bad apples, too, right? You know? It's not a one-size-fits-all type of claim. But, you know, I've had so many negative experiences that's why I've kind of, like, separated myself entirely, because it's just, like, you know, I just want a game. I've said this since, like, 5 years ago. I just want to game and have fun. And if I could game and have fun with, like, people who enjoy the games and have fun and can just chill and relax, that's great. But I don't want to, like, do things and then, like, it be... Sarah Casera from Lucid Multimedia said this best. She's a corporate VTuber. Like, I don't want to do things in the VTuber sphere and work with people and do stuff if it's going to feel inauthentic and disingenuous and not genuine. Because I want to come off, first of all, genuine as a human being. And I want to, like, come off genuine to my viewers and stuff. And I feel like, not all, but there's a good portion of, like, VTuberism, I guess we'll call it, that right now a lot of people are just like trying to connect with people and hook up with people, not like dating wise, keep that in mind, and they want to like hook up, but they want to like just because they just want to try to get over and, you know, make money and stuff like that. And that's nice and all, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I feel like you lose a lot of your core values and then you fall into bad streamer habits, because then it becomes like regular IRL streamers, you know, where they have those Twitch behaviors where you see people like throwing shade, and then, you know, you have everything that happened with the OTK implosion of all that news dump that happened, and then you have, like, people like Nina Lynn who are stealing, like, steak at Target, which is a funny story. I was reading on the news now that at Targets, the employees are upset, the ones that used to be cashiers that didn't have to do too much, that now they have to watch and stand on guard of the cashiers in certain Targets because of what Nina Lynn did. Of stealing the steaks and stuff. Like, who goes to a Target? If you're making a bunch of money as a streamer, who goes and steals steaks at a Target? Like, come on. But there's a lot of people that are, like, I feel like in VTuber land right now, that have, like, adopted bad streamer behavior from IRL streamers, probably because they're hanging out with IRL streamers. and stuff. We just made, we sold the 10,000 card. I think I'm probably gonna platinum this game. I hit so many different objectives today on stream. That's so freaking cool. You know, so it's like, for me, again, like, just trying to hook up with VTubers, not, like, dating. Hook up, like, for, like, groups and stuff. I don't want that inauthentic, disgenuine behavior. And that's what's really no-sold me and stuff. Like, I could tell this because I'm not, like, ever planning to go to a VTuber corp at this point. But for a long time ago, there was a VTuber corporation by the name of Bond Live, EN, that tried to woo me into actually joining their corporation. So much so that when they found out that I actually do pro gaming, they started, like, changing their tweets to, like, yeah, we want everybody, even pro gamers and stuff. And the thing about it, like, and this is no disrespect to Bond, EN, and stuff, but, like, you know, I work in film and television industry, so I know when... Ooh, there's a stinky person in here. I know when there's, like, things don't look too good to be true, or that, like, contracts look, like, very bad, or they look predatory, or there's stuff in them that just doesn't seem right to me from a business perspective. Because as much as I don't consider myself a business person, in terms of, like, VTubing, I still think about stuff like that, you know? Like, everybody knows what happened with V-Shoujo. You know, so I didn't think it was a good fit for me based on stuff that I saw. And it was kind of the right call, because then they, like, ended up firing all their YouTube branch, and then they moved over to Irium, apparently. And I had some people who tried to coerce me from Irium, but again, it's like, I wouldn't stream on an app that's not, like, YouTube or Twitch. And that was, like, a big, like, deal breaker. And on top of that, it was, like, basically the same parent company that owned that one, so I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. And there was, like, other smaller ones that maybe some interest there, but, you know, I'm not really good at, like, corporate VTubing, because I could never, you know, I like to say what I think. Like, case in point now. And that's, like, a big no-no. I would be considered a brand risk. We have to also speak in brand risk. We don't have any cards here. Let's put some cards. Gotta make some money here. You know? So I look at that. And on top of that, it's very hard to, like, I'll just be honest. You know, male VTubers do have a bit of a debuff. I'm not saying it's, like, battle of the sexes, because, you know, to each their own. But there is that debuff where it's very hard to, like, get yourself over. Like, when on this channel got over in the beginning, it was because of, like, the Diablo free content. But I couldn't keep making Diablo free guides and stuff, because I covered literally every armor, and, like, eventually in Diablo free, they stopped, like, reworking stuff, so, like, and the seasons just started recycling, so it's like, you hit a point where that's all you can do. And then Monster Hunter, I did all the things I could do in Sunbreak World. I didn't really do any guides for that. This card's probably going to be pretty expensive, I would assume. And then from there, outside of, like, guides, I have 2 of those? No, okay. I just gaslit myself into thinking I had a more expensive card than I did. We had multiples of that? No, we didn't. So, you know, it's one of those things where you just kind of move on and stuff. You know, but I would like to see the VTuber community grow a little bit better. I'd like to see them a little bit more accepting of males. Because I feel like right now there is... I'm not saying all, because I'm part of communities where they're more accepting of, like, males, but I would like to see it where it's not like a male streamer goes into a female streamer's, like, chat room and then it becomes, like, bloody murder, you know, or hell froze over, or somebody, and this did actually happen to me, say, like, it's the worst day of their life. Yeah, if you didn't think that that didn't actually hurt my feelings, by the way, Rabbit, that did. So thanks a lot for that, by the way. You know, so stuff like that, you know, that's just kind of how I feel about that stuff, you know. So hopefully one day, but, like, when I looked at the burnt peanut stuff, I can't help but feel a little bit like, again, a lot of the hate that some people had is kind of, I guess, I don't want to say warranted, because I don't believe in warranting any type of hate to anybody whatsoever. But I do understand that, like, you know, what he said and how his community acts could off-put people. But at the same time, I felt like people were also upset. And again, it's a fictitious ward, so who cares? But I kind of felt like, you know, that was one of those things where the person, you know, it was one of those things where, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there. But it was one of those things where I felt like a little bit of it also was motivated at the fact that it was like a guy who barely uses Snapchat filter, doesn't consider him a VTuber. On top of that, he was a guy who beat like a whole bunch of people's Oshis. Is the reason why a lot of people like got upset over that. You know, there's a part of me that just doesn't get over that, which it's unfortunate, but that's the case. You know, it is a sentiment that I often have, you know, and I'm sorry about that because I'm allowed and entitled to feel the way I am. But it's unfortunate. I wish it would change. I really wish it would like change, but I don't ever see things ever getting better in that retrospect. You know? You know? So it's like, you know, that's just kind of how it is. So it's like why I kind of stay off on my own, doing my own thing. You know? The lone wolf, as I always say. It'd be nice, but, you know, I kind of realized I've always kind of been a solo act. And, you know, sometimes it does bar a little bit, but in retrospect, it's like, maybe, you know, I was always meant to be this off on my own. And it's kind of cool. And there's nothing, like, I wish there was a place, I guess. Maybe. Is that the right word that I'm looking for? I kind of wish there was, like, a place for me. Like, for my type of content creation. Like... You know? Because, should I talk about this? It's fine. Who's gonna get, like, super mad at me? Like, you know, like, as a male VTuber, like, if you wanted to really do something cool and late, where are you gonna do it, right? You ever have to go to Niji Sanji, which we all know that is probably not the best place to be. Or you have to go to Hollow Stars. It's no disrespect to Hollow Stars, the talent there, but Hollow Stars has always been, from my point of view, where they have these guys on their tiny little island all out on their own, and they never really get, like, the support that they necessarily need from my perspective. So there's a lot of things that they don't get in terms of, like, sponsorships for game companies and other things that, obviously, Live gets. But, like, some of the stuff that's sponsorships for Live make way more sense from a business perspective for Hollow Stars to do. Like, I know, like, I don't want to be super critical, but, like, the Grand Blue Fantasy game, you know, that, like, there's a whole bunch of people who play fighting games in Hollow Stars. We pulled another God Pack here. Like, so when I look at that type of stuff, it's like, well, why didn't Hollow Stars get that? And you'll look at other things, it's like, well, why didn't Hollow Stars get that? And it's just like, from an outsider looking in, it's always like they don't set those guys up for success whatsoever. And they're always trying to, like, get themselves over, when in reality, it's like the company's responsibility, from my perspective, to try to get these guys over and actually give them the support they need. So I look at this stuff, and it's always kind of frustrating, because it's like, where do you go? Like, Lucid Multimedia, also, to their credit, tried, like, they do co-ed gen stuff, but, like, they were doing, like, a collab with another corporation that didn't know that, like, there were males there. And, like, these people, like, backed out and raged out over it because, like, they didn't know that it was, like, a co-ed type of thing. You know, but Lucid Multimedia, you know, they've tried to get over their male VTubers. They did to a certain success because Xander, but Xander wasn't one of the Bon Live people. He was one of the I think whatever they used to be before that. You know, and they tried. You know, so I give them credit because at least they're, like, trying to be a group that, like, is all-inclusive and stuff, which I'd like to see more VTuber groups like that, you know? Just because it'd be nice to see, you know what? Because I feel like everything's always so segregated. Like, I'll even say this on stream because I think this is okay. Nobody's really going to cancel me too much. Like, I felt like some of the best Hollow Stars stuff was at the time that, he's no longer there, but Vesper was at Hollow Stars along with Magi, because they had some really good collabs. Particularly, I love the Vesper stuff with Crony, like when they were parodying Charlie Brown with, like, the advice and stuff. That was, like, amazing. Also, when Vesper did Hakobezu, where they had, like, the Boomer versus Zoomer thing, like, I thought those were, like, really, really good, interesting content, because it was stuff that, like, Hollow had never done necessarily before. And for me, who's just, like, a viewer of streams that doesn't really care so much for, like, idol culture, like, I thought that was great. And, you know, then, obviously, there was controversies that happened, where, you know, a certain amount of the fan base just was not willing to accept different and unique things. which is kind of frustrating from a person who liked stuff like that, you know? And it's a shame because you don't really see more of that stuff between Hollow Stars and Hollow Live, because there's always obviously like the elephant in the room. The most that I've seen somebody do is Elizabeth Rose Bloodflame stuff, which I don't like. No disrespect to ERB, but I don't really care for some of her content. You know, it's not like a bashing. It's just like I don't. It's not my type of cup of tea for certain things. I thought she did an okay job, like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel stuff, and then she just kind of like stopped playing it. Well, this one's in poor condition, but we'll have to. That kind of like was you know. And but Shiori in particular, I'm not like a Shiori fan. No disrespect to Shiori either. But I felt like her collabs with Flayan, where she played like Smash Brothers with him and destroyed him, I thought that was pretty good. So like I see stuff like Granblue Fantasy, I'm like, you have a missed opportunity there where you could have had like some of the people from Hollow Stars versus some of the people from Hollow Live for a sponsorship stream. And it's like, well, why didn't you do that? Because Shiori already has played with Flayan. Get Flayan in there. You know, I get like 4 and 4. That would have been like the way to do it, at least from my perspective. This is from a person who just watches like streams. Keep it in mind, I'm a regular Joe Schmo. I'm not into idol culture, but like I think like you would probably bring a lot more people into the mix had you done something like that. And on the same time, you get like Hollow Stars over. You know, I don't know. Like it frustrates me a lot. It really does. It truly frustrates me when I see like some of the stuff that's like missed opportunities, because I don't know if it's just like, you know, it's obviously now they're a publicly traded company. I don't know if it's like shareholders or it's just because of stuff in the past that they refused to do it or what, but there's like so much stuff that they could do to better. Like, and the thing that pisses me off, and it's not like, I don't mean this in a mean way, but like you do a concert where it's called Breaking Dimensions, and I forgot whatever, All for One and stuff. But where does Hollow Stars fit into that? Because, I mean, it's under the same branch in the same company, but it never feels like it's... All for One feels like it's all for one branch, right? And there's just, like, other stuff there. It's like, you know? It's just, I don't get it. I don't get it. So it's like you keep setting these poor chaps up for failure. You know? And it's even, too, it's like, why doesn't Hollow Stars get half the stuff that Hollow Live gets? Like, give them the support. Give them the stuff, like... You know? So that's why I feel like, I don't even know if they're ever accepting again. But I feel like that's why a lot of people, like, in terms of male VTubers, when, like, they're thinking about, like, maybe a destination to try to go somewhere, you know, to further elevate their career, I suppose you could say, that then, like, looks at stuff and is like, well, I don't want to go to Hollow Stars because, A, they're probably not accepting, and B, because, like, I'm just gonna never have any sort of, like, real support. And then the other half of it, too, is like, Niji Sanji is Niji Sanji. It's like Bully Central, or it used to be in the past. Maybe they've changed. But it's like, you know, the stuff that went on there, it's like, if you're an indie VTuber, you're like, I'm gonna... I mean, man, you know what they did with Celine? Like, I'm not a Celine fan, keep that in mind, but, like, yeah, that stuff was crazy, you know? So, like, you look at this stuff, it's kind of like, man, you just kind of wish there was somewhere else. You know, that had, like, a good head on their shoulders, but there's not. Especially if you're, like, a male, right? So, you know, we're, like, a rarity, a unicorn in it. You know? So it's unfortunate. It really is. Because it's, like... I feel like there was so much missed opportunity between Hollow Stars. And it's never going to change there, at least. I don't think so. You know? And... it's a shame. Like, it's like... I feel like Yago really failed Hollow Stars. There's no other way to put it. And I remember a long time ago, there was, like, some interview where he said he apologized for it and stuff, but, like, don't apologize. Actually, like, take the ranks, you know? Put the effort that you put into the R1 branch into that to make it successful. Listen to some of the criticisms, you know, from outsiders. Like, that's the problem, too. Which I feel like it's an overall problem in general of VTubing right now. Like, in terms of, like, corporation and industry, is that it's getting stagnant. We're just kind of recycling the same ideas. We're recycling the same angles. We're recycling the same shtick. And you see, overall, like, numbers declining everywhere for all, because it's You know, VTubing was very unique in 2019 when it was still new, in 2020 when everybody was with the pandemic. But, you know, just like with a channel, just like with our stuff, you gotta reinvent yourself. Like, you know, we already have a Kiara. We don't need somebody pretending to be Kiara. We already had a Gura. We don't need somebody that's like, hey, this is the Gura replacement. We already had a Vesper. You're not going to be able to replace Vesper. That was a 1 in a million person from Hollow Stars. You know, we're never going to have a, you know, another Magi. You know, like, come on. Like, you know, so it's like, instead of trying to create the next version of somebody you already had there, because you're concerned that, like, people are going to leave, maybe do some unique and different takes. Like, you know? At least that's from a, you know, an outsider looking in. Like, I'm a regular person. I watch a lot of streams. I watch, you know, I will watch Mr. Beast. I will watch Connor. I will watch, you know, random VTubers. I watch Saba. I watch Randon. I watch, Nimi Nightmare. I watch Sarah Cassera from time to time. I watch somebody you've probably never heard of, Doki Lee. You know? I watch Terrence, who's a smaller VTuber as well. You know, I watch a lot of indies and stuff. So, like, I watch a wide variety of content, but it's always, like, you look at some of the bigger stuff, and it's like, this is just becoming stagnant. And, like, you know, you look at stuff, too, it's like, RP City, like, I don't care. Like, if I go to watch, like, a stream, and there's VTubers RPing in a world, that's gonna automatically make me, as a regular viewer, turn off, because I don't care for that. And the other thing, too, is, like, you know, everybody says this, and it's a criticism. I'm not knocking creators that do, because I know you gotta make buck. But, like, sponsored content stuff, when you just, like, non-stop use sponsored content over and over again, where, you know, again, I've said this before, there's no way to make sponsored content look interesting. Because it's just a commercial, and it's always gonna be a commercial. But, like, when places start doing a whole bunch of that stuff, it turns regular consumers off, you know? And it's like, also, too, this is why I try to keep variety in terms of the games. Like, if I just did, like, just chatting streams all the time, after a while, they would get kind of stale because there's only so much of just chatting that you can do. Just like if I did Diablo all the time, it would get boring. Or I did, like, Dead by Daylight, it would get boring. You have to kind of mix it up. And I feel like some people have, like, fallen into the habit of just doing the same thing over and over again and don't realize, like, not everybody's there for it. And although, you know, it might make for better content for somebody, like, for them to make it, because they're thinking it gets stale, like, you know? Singing streams, too. Like, I can only watch so many singing streams there after a while. It's like, how many times are you gonna sing? You know, I like good old karaoke every once in a while, or I like a good old singing thing, but I don't want, like, 90% of everything to be. Like, I feel like the real draw when it comes to streaming, and the majority of people who watch streams, for VTubing in particular, at least from my perspective, is that they're watching it for game streams. Like, it's nice to have a musical event every once in a while, but when you try to do them all the time, or that's, like, the major focus, it loses its luster. You know, it's like if you had a birthday party every day. Like, after a while, the birthday party, people are not going to keep coming to the birthday party because it's kind of boring at that point. Like, you already know it's a birthday party. Or, like, you go to the bar every night. After a while, it's going to get boring to go to the same bar, you know? So I would personally like to see, and this is kind of me, like, challenging people in general and places to change. I would like to see change. I would like to see different things done, both in Hollow Stars and Hololive. I would like to see some more unique stuff, something that's fresh and not just more of the same. Because more of the same is great and all, but after a while, like, just like a regular television channel, you know, like, you're gonna tune out because it's not interesting anymore. You've seen it already. You've lived it. You've been there. 1,200 is kind of a fair price for this, you know? But that's my take. What do I know, right? I've only been doing this stuff and only been a consumer of this media for what? 5 years? Okay, he took it to jail. Great. You know? I'm bad at video games too, by the way, because look, I've completely broken Card Shop Simulator at this point, because look how much money we've made. Look at this. Okay. Tetramon. Okay, there's some big juicy cards here. 17. Oh, not that many big juicy cards. That's fine. They're like $300 cards too, so that'll make us money. We're gonna be ending pretty soon too, because I think we're almost close to ending time. So I think once we finish up this day of the shop, we should have hit our 2-hour quota. Thank you. I really love, like, these sim games too. because I could just yap about a wide variety of topics, and either some people may find them interesting, some people may not. Like, I'm sorry about the big VTuber rant thing, but it's just, like, something I've been thinking about for a while, because I haven't, like, an idea of something I want to run by a friend, but I haven't had time to. I've been so busy, because, again, prepping content, making content, doing other things that I do on the side, you know? But I do like these rant sessions every once in a while when I can do them. Okay, 183. 158. Well, it went up to 175, man. Super good. Super, super good values. This is like the most tedious thing. I hope the developers have an update. You know? Because I feel like this should be a little bit quicker. Because this is like very boring, busy work. Alright. 79.84. You know? Alright, let's see. Do we get any more graded cards? Probably not. I don't think they come in the mail till the next day. I don't think I even put any. They're picking stuff up quicker than I can put it down. Chill out. Relax. Relax, man. Calm down. Okay, we're good. Sort of. How many of those full arts did I have? I had quite a bit of them now. Also, my voice right now. I can't, like, stream anymore. You know? My voice hurts. It's killing me, bros. It's killing me. It's killing me. Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up with a sore throat. I'm gonna hydrate right after this stream, too. I'm gonna be eating some Taco Bell today. I hope. Yeah, I should be eating Taco Bell. I picked up some Taco Bell, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. I had to double check. I'm so tired. I have streamer brain, right? Streamer can't remember things. Brain go brrr, brrr. I'm not a cartoon character, and yet I'm acting like one on stream. I even say it. You come to watch my stuff, you're not coming to watch me be like a cartoon character or court jester. That's not me. I'm just gonna min-max stuff, and, you know? We play things to the best of our abilities. We made so much money. So much money! You know what they say, if you got no money, you got no honey. Somewhere out there, there's honey for Dread. Okay, let's check here. See, this is what makes you the most money in this game. This right here. Okay. That's not a... how many God Packs did we pull today? Like 2 God Packs? So I'm very happy about that. Where we had nothing but Ghoster packs. But it takes a while to constantly reset them. Stinky, let's check that. Ooh, I gotta put some more in there. Because we have a hired help that's supposed to do this, but God forbid they do their job. God forbid they do it. Okay. Okay, we're okay, we're okay. Don't panic, Dread Knights. Don't panic. Who's panicking? I'm not panicking. I'm not panicking. You're panicking. I'm not panicking. You're panicking. I'm panicking a little bit. Okay. We're gonna save that card. Because we're gonna grade it. Because if it comes out mint, it's gonna be like a $10,000 card. Even though I already got that achievement. Alright, this one's 22,000. We make so much money. This is why you use the card pack opener. Confirmed. Round. Sweet. 494. 545. 494. 227. That was actually the name of a TV show years ago. Look it up. Look it up. I saw it in, like, reruns. I wasn't around when 227 was actually on the air. Alright. But, you know, it was an interesting TV show. If you're into shows like... Do you remember a TV show on Channel 7 called The Blackish? It's kind of like old school version of that, but obviously more tame. It was a great show. Even though you could say the same thing about, like, Meet the Jeffersons, which by today's standards, some people would consider, like, culturally insensitive. Meet the Jeffersons, I watched a lot of that on syndication. And some of the episodes are really good. But then you, like, look at older shows, like freaking All in the Family. Like, a show like that in this day and age would never make it. Would never happen. 6,000. We're in the money. We're in the money. Well, we're definitely Walmart. Look at our profit margin right now. We can even grade a whole bunch of cards and we won't have be in trouble here. Let's look at the scanners, see what we need. We're out of stock of that. We're out of that. We should probably buy some packs, because That's the whole point of the store, really, right? Selling card merchandise. Let's put this. Get some more of these while we're at it. Starter decks are running slow on certain areas. Just checking every shelf, because it makes, like, feasible sense to do that. Excuse me, we're running a little on that mat. We have a lot of those card sleeves, and they don't really move off the shelves as much as I'd like them to. Okay, the blue one's running low, too. The yellow ones don't ever sell on the shelves. I wonder why. Maybe it's a less popular starter deck? One could assume there. Alright, good. Let's go to TCG card grading here. We're going to grade some of the expensive cards that we have, okay? We need to make some big money. We need to grade that one. Alright, let's do Tetramon, because I think I had a good card here. I'm going to grade these two. We won't know the result of this on stream, because I do play this game off the stream every so often. I don't know if I'll play this again on stream, because it's just like revisiting it. Obviously, many, many moons later. But I did have a fun time playing it. I really like this. This is like one of my favorite trading card games. Or not trading card games, but simulator games. This and American Truck Simulator are like my go-tos. But I might check out, I don't know, maybe Ultimate Fishing Simulator. It's like $1. Or I can check out maybe Garden Simulator to see how it is. The fishing one looks interesting. Some people are like, it's not real fishing though. You know, so I don't know. I'll keep my ear to the ground and see if there's any like great deals for stuff. Because, you know, Steam sales right now for Christmas and stuff. There's something like super cheap. Like Chifulu Saves the World, I think was, or 79 cents. And then there's like Chifulu Saves Christmas. But I feel like it's going to be a long game to play on stream, so that's why I'm trying to avoid it. Alright. No, I don't want that. Let's just wait for these people to leave. Did they leave all the card stock there? They just are like, yeah, I don't get paid overtime. I'm leaving. I'm out. They left all these boxes over here. How freaking... You know, it's so hard to get hired help. Good hired help these days. So hard. They could have filled all these freaking shelves and they didn't do it. Maybe I'll add some more devices to here at some point. You know? That's probably the next objective that I'm going to do. Probably that'll be an off-stream type of thing. Put these here. Like, they could have at least stocked them before they clocked out. You know what? I wasn't going to pay them overtime, but I might have, you know, told them thank you for their service at the very least. Right. This is a box. I'm going to keep this box here. I'm going to just refill the machine because the next time I play it, I don't want to have to go through the busy work of doing that because I'm lazy like that. Alright. Let's open this. Open this. Open this. Okay, good. Pick this up. Okay, good. Let's put these in. And then we will bow out for the day, Dread Knights. Whew, my throat is kind of killing me right now. I got a little too animated. I got a little too passionate about these discussions that we had. But, you know, I am passionate about VTuber-isms and VTuber community and stuff. It's just, I hate to see the way things have gone over the last couple of years. It's frustrating. You know, and things could be better. And the places and people that can make things better and create, like, actual real good change don't do it. Which is frustrating. But I kind of understand why they don't do it, because, you know, if things changed for what I would consider the better, then, like, there would be more people eating at the table. And, you know, if you're in this business, I suppose, to make money, I guess that's not something you can do. Which is kind of a shame, because I'm, like, in the mindset of, like, helping literally everybody. You know, but then again, you know, I guess I don't... I obviously have the business sense and shuffle and draw in this card shop. But I don't have, like, business sense to be ruthless and cutthroat and do things to, like... I don't want to say undermine, but keep people underfoot, I suppose. Which is a little heartbreaking. You know, not heartbreaking, but, like, I have certain values that I stick by. Like, if I need to be cutthroat to get ahead in VTubing, I'm not going to do that. And if I have to change, like, certain moral values to do it, I'm not going to do that either. It just goes against me as a human being. I already work in film and television and stuff, and there's a lot of stuff that happens in that's kind of messed up. Like, I've seen people not get voice acting jobs just because the person didn't like the way they looked, but it doesn't really matter, that because, like, they were going to get hired for their voice anyway, so what's it to them? I've seen people get fired over, like, having of you. Everybody remembers what happened with Scream 6. And, like, that's terrible when that happens. I've seen other things, man. I've seen Jimmy Kimmel get, like, deplatformed just because he told a joke, which, you know, I might not have thought it was the best joke to tell, just because of the timing of it and stuff, but, you know, it is what it is. You know, but I don't like that type of stuff that goes on in the world. So, you know, maybe I don't have that type of sense. It's just unfortunate. But something that is fortunate is we'll pay the bills. See how much profit we made here. We are closed. That's gonna do it. Alright. How much earnings did we make today? Not a lot, because we invested in some other stuff, but hey, it was still profit. We made $2,000, and we have concurrently, wow, $156,083.27. And we started the day with a lot less money, 42,000. So we know it works. Anyway, with that being said, I am going to bid everybody a very fond farewell today. I'm going to save the game, just in case. You never know what happens. But look at where we started at. Look at how we ended. We got to level 100. We're on day 156. We have way more money than what we necessarily know what to do with it. It was good. Oops. I was not supposed to do that. Anyway, let's go into just chatting here. With that being said, that is all the time that I have for today. Tomorrow, I will be playing something. It's not going to be Fortnite. I don't know necessarily what it's going to be, so keep your eyes peeled for that. I do greatly appreciate all the support. So keep your eyes, social media and stuff. I'll let you know whatever game I decide to play tomorrow. Then on Friday, for the Diablo lovers, Diablo 4, Season 11, first day of it. We're going to be grinding. I think I might play Barbarian this season, or Necromancer. I haven't made my decision yet, but I'm leaning towards one of the two. Because last season I played Chain Lightning Sorcerer. So I don't want to do the same build again, even if it's like metagame, because I feel like that would be boring. Anyway, with that being said, thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for just watching on the VOD. If you're a VOD watcher, I do greatly appreciate it. I will see you all tomorrow for the next one. Until next time, guys.